Okay. What's up, you guys? You are watching Real Talk TV. I'm gonna see if some people come in. I was going to share my thoughts on the interview that Aaron and Aaron and Kendra did. Let me see if I can pull it up. Give me 1 second. All right. Let's see. And this thing, dag, 2 days. It got 31,000 views in 2 days. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen. I know some other channel holders have also either just streamed it with no context or provided their commentary within the video. So y'all know how it is here. We talk about it. We analyze it. I play a little bit of the content and then we discuss. Yes, I will be opening the panel if more people show up, or if there's a need. I'll definitely open up the panel to hear what you guys have to think or what they have to say. Let me share my screen. What specific parts of the interview do you want to discuss? I feel like it was 6 hours. Obviously, we're not going to cover not even a third of it. But what parts really stood out to you that you had questions about? I'm curious to know. As y'all know, I was one of the interviewers. The T was so gracious to invite me to ask questions. But I'm going to be honest. I would have liked to ask different, some people would call it harder questions. I would have liked to ask questions that really dug into who this man is and why he definitely deserves to be where he is. Also, there are lingering questions about certain things that took place there that I wish I would have been able to ask. But this was a moment for them to vent. I feel like this was, it wasn't the appropriate time in the context of live interviews. It turned into a healing session. There were moments when you saw Kendra cry, heard Kendra cry. And so I thought it was more appropriate for how the interview went. But I would love to do a second interview, like seriously, and really ask hard questions. So anyway, let's see. Share my screen. Share my screen. There we go. All right, here it's right here, y'all. Since no one is really interested in in really talking about some of the questions they ask, I'll address some of the content myself. And I'll just pick out little parts that I thought were significant and then elaborate on some of my thoughts about the specific topic or the answer that was given. All right.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for being here today. This is a very monumental moment. Most importantly, for Aaron and Kendra, more so than anyone else. I know that a lot of people have had such a vested interest in everything that's been happening with carbonation over the past few years, but at the end of the day and at the root cause of everything that we've been seeing are the members. And so I am
because of the fear of being dismissed by others.
That did something, that did anything, that just spoke out, that I don't care what if you called me Arsenio Hall, like you made a difference. You feel me? Like you really did. And I appreciate you, and all my family, everybody that supported me, everybody that prayed for me, everybody that just prayed for me. I just thank you. I thank you. I thank you because I have life now, you know.
We are thankful that you are at this point right now. It has been probably one of the most painful things has been seeing the way that you have been treated over the years, and seeing your heart throughout that. Yes, people are gonna, have questions about some of the things that you partook in when you were there. But I think at the end of the day, we saw you be loyal to a fault, to someone who didn't deserve your loyalty or your energy. And we saw you be berated and degraded and downgraded in front of the world for no reason. And it was devastating to watch this, and it was devastating to see the deterioration of the mental that was happening there. So just the fact that you're at this point right now, I know that this is very personal for you and Aaron, but like I said before, we are overjoyed and we're so happy that you're both at this point together. If nothing else, it's amazing that you both have arrived at this point, kind of at the same time. It's a testament to faith and courage. So, but yeah, thank you so much for that open. Aaron, the floor is yours.
Yeah. First off, I just want to say I appreciate you letting me have this space to talk because you could, as much shit as we talked, as much as we was acting like we had it all figured out and it was us against the world, y'all could have easily dismissed us and said, nah, fuck y'all. What happened to all that shit y'all was talking?
More beer. Hey, what you at the airport for? Where you going? Where you going, girl? But so this is the beginning of the live. The beginning of the interview. And so as you all know, if you have watched it, the whole beginning, I would say about an hour, about an hour of it was literally them just releasing, right? And this is how it started with Aaron expressing himself, um, showing gratitude, showing humility. Oh, you went to ATL? Okay, girl, I see you traveling like that. Come to Philly. Catch a plane ticket to Philly. I'm just saying. um, and so it was this first half was very therapeutic for them. But what does that what Kendra said she's getting therapy. Hey, Miss 007, what's up, mamas? How are you today? What I would love to hear your thoughts on the interview. Please take me to a spot that you want to hear, and we can discuss it. There is a lot that did not get asked, and I'm sure that he had questions, plenty of questions to ask that did not get asked. And I had questions that were not able to be asked because is it still going? Is he still talking? Hold on. Well, I thought I pushed pause. Why does it look like? Oh, I hit the mute button. Okay, I must got a lot of stuff on my tab because my computer is giving me a hard way to go. So what are your thoughts, y'all? What are your thoughts? She said Philly be on I felt like, will there be a part 2? It was 6 hours. Will there be a part 2? If so, how much information will they be willing to provide? One thing Aaron stated in this live is that he's not scared of the repercussion when it comes to possibly being convicted himself, because he wants the truth to get out. If that's true, I think there needs to really be a dive into, and I don't know what the situation is. If what really happened and what didn't really happen, I don't know. I just would like for a very concise interview to find out, just because he said Tanisha has enough of information. Grand Rising, Big O, how are you? How are y'all? Oh, please make sure y'all come at 6 o'clock. We are officially today on our weight loss journey. 10 pounds, $10 per person. Whoever participates, you are helping the winner get as much money as people sign up. Okay. So if 5 people sign up, somebody's getting $50. If 10 people sign up, somebody's getting $100 just for losing 10 pounds or more. Anyway, I know what she didn't want to bombard them. Right. With questions right now. In due time, I'm just glad she created a space for them to feel comfortable and express themselves in their own way. Yes, I 100% agree with that, and I think that's why everybody on the panel, we recognize that was a moment that they needed. But I would love for them to come back. I would love to be invited back to ask questions and to really dig into. So remember, Eligio was accused of possibly hurting his own child. I think the people who would know the answer to that might be True or Aaron. I think the person who might know the answer to that. What happened during that process of Mama Dia and Magdalena, her passing away? I think Aaron might have the answer to that, or more clarity, if he's willing to truly speak about what he knows. They were Morbeard. They were very forthcoming. I agree. But I think like Ms. Double said, I think they need a lot more time to kind of process what what they went through in order to be able to really dig into the details. I mean, I've experienced my own traumas, but nothing compares to being in a cult. I don't think. I mean, it's severe. I still feel like they were covering up. Oh, interesting, Miss Double, for him to a certain extent. And why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? I mean, imagine 5 years. 5 years. The information that they may or may not have, or the experiences they may or may have not suppressed. Just process that. There are events that they probably can't even wrap themselves around. They can't even wrap their minds around. And that's why I think they should come back. I really think they should come back and truly like just break down and answer some really tough questions, some very forward questions about whether or not the whole line breeding thing involved his own children. Whether or not when Stephanie, I think her name was, aka Seven, whether or not her child was subjected to some things. And also, I think, who else was there? Like his behaviors toward them, toward the young girls there. They weren't his. We've witnessed Jaomi suffer to some degree. We witnessed it. We've heard it from other people. Kendra even stated he had my child treated like a slave or treated like a nothing, and we got to bow down to this other child that belongs to him. She said that out her own mouth. I would also like to know about the abortions, the so-called miscarriages. What was happening? What happened to baby love? There's so many questions, I feel like, in the finances. Aaron alluded to, and I think he even maybe said some things specifically, that there was a lot of, and you know who else said something? Courtney, aka Solar. Courtney said something. He said the things that they were doing when it came to the finances, to the money, was illegal, to say the least. What's up, Moon Goddess? You're just waking up? Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. We have a month, Moon Goddess, we have a month of because we talk about carbonation, but this is a channel where we self-reflect, we self-build, we work on what we need to work on within us, our community as well. So this month is all about working out. I hope you're ready. I think Moon Goddess, you say you please send me pictures. Oh, before I forget. You send me pictures, y'all, so I can put them up. I took the pictures of my my starter body. More Beer says, I don't know if they should speak more on the experience anytime soon. Wow, what a perspective. I mean, that's a very selfless perspective. Very selfless. Because clearly, none of us need to know information anyway, right? More Beer, are you? Let me see. Let me see if I can make. How do I make More Beer a moderator? Give me 1 second, y'all. Because I'm trying to figure it out. block. Okay. So I just blocked that, but I'm going to figure out how to make somebody a moderator. I want to put this up as well. Please send me y'all pictures, please. Right. I agree. I think they should focus on loving themselves and their child. However, there is a goal in mind, and we all know that the members, when they leave, provide something extra to steer the goal that we all have, the linear goal that we all have, in the right direction. Okay. So if any information that can be provided can help and give more clarity to understanding just how dangerous and how toxic Alicia is. I mean, All right. So is there any part of the live that anyone really wanted to discuss? Any part of the live that you really wanted to kind of like break down or analyze, or had questions about? I'll let you guys have a minute. I'll play some more.
I have a problem with. But when I understand sociopathic narcissism, Nature Boy tends to make everything about him. I don't give a fuck about Nature Boy, in a sense of, this is not why I'm doing what I'm doing. I have a problem with the behavior. That behavior does not belong in a relationship. It does not belong in an organization. It does not belong on a team or a group. And if you find yourself underneath this type of leadership, I want you to understand that although there may be promises that one day this is going to make sense, or one day you will come out on the other side, if you see those character traits within your leadership, because there's nothing wrong with leadership. I was in the military for 8 years. Leadership is very good. It is necessary. Organization, team, it is necessary. But when your leadership is displaying the characteristics you've seen, you are bound to fail. It is not, niggas, don't leave nothing up to fucking magic. Don't leave nothing up to the divine. You have to understand that there's certain patterns in human psychology that have been observed over and over again. Is carbonation new? No, nigga. After doing my research, I'm looking at Father Divine. I'm looking at Jim Jones. And how many times did y'all say Jim Jones? And how many times did I dismiss it? Never fully investigating Jim Jones until now. Jim Jones, Father Divine, other cults have used the same doctrines. They have used the same tactics. They have used the same strategies. And what I learned, because a question that arises more often than not is, how did you find yourself joining a cult? I didn't join a cult. People don't join cults. What people do is they join groups that they feel like are in alignment with their values, later to find out that that wasn't the case. And I feel like the changes were so gradual that they became almost imperceptible. We went from cosmic currency to I need money. We went from self-reflection to everything you do is wrong and everything I say is right. We went from smoke doesn't belong in the body to 4, 5, 6 blunts every 3 seconds. So
okay, so I'm glad he brought that point up, because us on the outside, We could not understand why they couldn't see, right? Be like, what in the world? How are they not seeing that he's changing? He's flip-flopping. But remember, this was gradual. This was over the course of 5 years in the same space, listening to him talk for up sometimes 24 hours a day, every day, on top of the physical and psychological abuse. And then they tell you, like he was saying, then this individual tells you, wait, I don't want it to be this way. And I can promise you, just trust me for now. But we need to change it. Oh, wait, we need to change it again. Trust me, I am your God. Trust me, I am your highest self, the highest version of you, or whatever. And sexual abuse, absolutely. Absolutely. Welcome, 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 Molite. How are you? Melissa Baker. I love your first name, let me just say. I really feel bad for all of them, but they are not being true. Fully look how long they have been there, and no one has a disease and how sick they look. Okay, so Melissa Baker, if you were paying attention, I don't know, did you watch the interview? That's my first question. If you watched that interview, then you would know that Kendra mentioned that she was, remember Eligio took her virginity, right? That sick little child. He took her virginity, and it's so, just saying it hurts me as a woman. And in that process, he gave her whatever it is that he gave her. She says this. I'll figure out where she says this. And she talked about how her body was so rotten with disease or whatever it was. Her body was so rotten with infections that to give her body a break, to give her womb a break, she decided to be with, or she can, I don't know, found a way to be with another person in the group. Think about that for a second, y'all. His body is so rotten, just like his mind, just like his spirit, if you believe in spirits, just like his spirit. His body is rotten. But he had them believe that it was their minds. They were all frequency. There is no disease. There's only dis-ease. And when you get on the frequency, then you'll be cured. That was what this man preached to them day in and day out. We talk about, and I know you've seen this on other platforms, probably other channels, where you hear somebody say, if you do something for 21 days, it becomes a part of a habit. So you must do it for 21 days in order to change or create new habits, right? Imagine doing something for 365 days, 24 hours a day, maybe 14 hours a day. It became habit. It became ritual. It became a way of life for them to not leave, but just change partners whenever they were sick of being infected. That was their solution, just to go to someone else, not realizing that that is what causes the spread of whatever it is that you have. He was thorough in his unpacking of the situation. So I have a thought about that. I think True is very knowledgeable. I think True is very articulate. Um but there's something still that he needs. And maybe it's wisdom. Maybe it's wisdom. Maybe it's there's something missing there. When I was listening to the way he spoke, it was very clear as it pertains to words. But and maybe even the ability to gather thoughts in a complete comparative comprehensive sentence, right? He stayed on topic. He reminded us how to stay on topic, or how to stay on a point. Somebody tried to cut him off, right? But there was something there. There was something, and I think somebody else alluded to this. Let me see. Maybe it was it Mo Light or Ms. Double. There was something that they weren't giving us. There was some truth inside of them that they're still holding, maybe for protection of themselves, not for Eligio. I don't think at this point. I don't think it's for anything. It's for Eligio, but for protection of themselves, protection um, of their mind. Like, you have to understand what they went through can make a normal person go crazy. Watching yourself on social media every day, if they chose to watch themselves being humiliating each other, right? They say they love one another, that they've always loved one another. And like any relationship in a cult, you can't express that the way you want to. You have to pretend that those feelings don't exist. So just coping with emotions that you were programmed to shut off. And so I think there maybe it's his touch with reality. Maybe he's still struggling with his touch with reality, but there's something there. It was military speak. Yeah. Yep. He gives everyone a disease he came in contact with. Yes, but he's supposed to believe Malia wasn't. We know that poor child was not well. We know she was not well. Let's see. Okay, I can fast forward. Has anybody thought of anything yet? Anything in there yet? Like Morbeer said, for those who are just coming in, they may not need to share or answer the questions that are very incriminating, actually. We want to know them because we've been, we've invested so much time and energy into this, following this. But maybe they don't need to share with us those things that could possibly be incriminating to themselves. Maybe they're just not ready to admit that they witnessed some very incriminating things that Eligio has committed. Yeah, I mean, what happens if they say, yeah? What happens if True says, yeah, I was whooping his ass every day. I was beating John Umi's ass every day. I was tearing him up. I was starving him. We were only giving him 1 meal a day. At some point, we allow Eligio to sexually assault him. This is fictitious. I'm making this up. This is not real. This is hypothetical. We allowed all of this to go down, and that was that. What do you think would happen? I'm just saying. We want them to be vulnerable, but at what cost? At what cost? if they are truly, if they truly mean what they have said, right? That they regret the things that they've done, that they are working toward changing the experience of that child, the trajectory of the child's mind from this point forward, that they attempted to do those things while in the cult. Why would we want them to admit something that could take the child away from them at this point? I'm just saying. I don't know. This is the whole purpose of me being here and creating this live, is for us to think critically, for us to analyze critically, like seriously dig into some of the practicality of what we're asking of them for our entertainment, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I want it. I want to hear it. I want to hear something juicy that I've never heard before. But why? Why do I want to hear that? Why do I truly want to know if anybody's been assaulted there, if anybody's been abused further, or a specific detail of someone being abused? What is the psychology behind that? And I think that's what we have to ask ourselves. What is the psychology behind us getting more information, knowing more? At this point, we all requested that they wake up. And we have all but I think 3 or 4 who have awakened, right? They've begun the process of healing, of growing, of moving forward. That's exactly what we all asked for. He's been incarcerated. That's exactly what we asked for. And I can tell you right now, baby, more than likely they have enough to keep him incarcerated for a nice duration of time. When is enough enough? Why is what they're providing us not enough? I don't know, y'all. I did not intend to ask these questions. I'm just thinking as we go along. I will play more to give you guys a moment, a break from my voice.
After a while, you have to detach yourself from being blindly guided and just accepting things because somebody's saying it, and then find your way back to your own reasoning ability. And like Armand said in his video, it wasn't until that space was created. This is why sociopathic narcissists have a tendency to always be talking and make it imperative that you only watch their videos and only listen to their music and only see things the way that they do. Because if you were to be exposed to multiple perspectives, then the mechanisms of control would be ineffective. So once that space was created, because y'all seen us all day, every day, we were consumed with Nature Boy. But once that space was created during the process of the incarceration, well, what else are you going to fill that space with? You. Not the character you was playing, not the parameters you were instructed to follow, and not the agenda you was influenced to promote, but rather yourself, your own reasoning ability. And your own reasoning ability begins to question things that you at one point had no intention of questioning. But then you realize, oh, wow, I can trust myself. And once you get to that space of trusting yourself again, rather than discrediting how you feel and taking somebody else's mind, you begin to realize, like, dang, What am I really doing with my life? And there's other innuendos that have happened from people who have left, and also people who we once considered to be trolls. That song that 963 made, and I hope I got the numbers right in order, but y'all know who I'm talking about. She made the song called Fuck Your Chief. And as I'm listening to the song, as much as the character True was trying to reject what she was saying simply because she was quote unquote being disrespectful, I could not deny that the things she was saying were actually valid. And one of my favorite things about that song was, if this is the, and I may not be quoting it exactly, but if this is the kingdom of God, I'd rather go to hell. And I got to that point in myself. I said, if this is the kingdom of God, if this is heaven, I prefer hell. I prefer Babylon if what we're doing is the higher self. And I ain't crazy. I never been crazy in no sense of the word. But what I have been is trusting. I've never had a reason in my life not to trust anyone. My mother, my father, grandmother, grandfather, aunts, uncles, everybody around me had my best interest in mind because, as y'all may know, and if you don't know, I'm from a small town, Butler, Georgia. So if you're not familiar with the country, how the country get down is everybody know everybody. So I'm on this side of the town and somebody know my grandma. I'm on this side of the town and somebody know my mama, somebody know my daddy. So you always good no matter where you go. I was in the military. Everybody feels like a big family. The military is one of the largest networks in the.
All right, I see some comments and questions, some thoughts I want to share with the rest of the people listening. More beer says this. What was I guess the indirectly was what I was talking about before. Ms. Double says, do you think they are going to testify? I think the DA held out this long to see how things would crumble. The statements they are making now are what they would tell the DA the night of the raid. Uh-oh, my computer generator. I got to charge my computer, y'all. Give me 1 second. Okay. So, before I forget, please make sure to like this this video, subscribe to my channel if this is your first time and you enjoyed the content. Hit the notification if you are a subscriber already and you want to come to a live and share your thoughts. And I don't know, what am I missing? Share this video with as many people as you possibly can. There we go. Make sure that if you are interested, this month is a workout month for us, for me and my subscribers. If you are battling with weight loss, the constant need to lose weight or get in shape, this is the month to do it. We are going to have a workout month. We will probably be going live as often as possible. My class is over in about 2 days. My class is over in about 2 days. So I'll be able to have a little bit more time to go live with you guys, and do these workouts and have discussions surrounding health. So feel free to participate in this workout journey of mine, and hopefully you'll be able to participate as well. All right. So Miss Double was asking about the situations about the DA. I have no idea what the DA is up to. I really don't know. And I do know that it is possible that whatever information that they have, they will filter out all of this mess and see what supports their the charges that they have against him. All this other stuff they probably won't use. And anything that doesn't help the case, they won't use. Him reciting all that craziness through in jail, yeah, they'll use that for sure. Him giving them commands, him harassing or getting the women to harass ex-members, that's probably going to be used. I don't know. But this other stuff about, True's experience or Aaron's experience and Kendra's experience, that might not necessarily be used. And then I think you asked also, do you think that they'll testify? I think so. I honestly think so. Yes. Yes. I think enough of them will testify, past and present. Oh, shout out to what is it, BP? It was what they called her. Shout out to BP. I know she is suffering from a health issue, but she also came out and spoke, and she was constantly trying to, because in their minds, he has the ability to change, and she was constantly trying to call him out and have him look at himself. It didn't work, but shout out to BP. Double says, I like how they realized they were characters in a heinous imaginary story. I know, a horror story. A horror story concocted and scripted by a sociopath. That's exactly it. But how they want to heal or protect others without putting out what happens. So I think enough people, I don't know, Melissa, I don't know. I think enough people, and I wish people, who's, y'all know I get annoyed when my phone makes these little weird noises. And it's my son's teacher, clearly. Okay. I think there's enough testimony that there doesn't need to really be any more. Why is it still making noise after I just put it on vibrate? Let me see. Take that off. Okay. Sorry, you guys. So I think there's enough testimony, honestly. I mean, think about it. We have the testimony of the accused victim, or the victim who's making the accusation. You have the testimony of past members already past members. You have BBC's documentary, where people also mention things about the treatment. You have himself. You have family members. There's just so much. It's just so much. I don't think more people even need to testify, honestly. But I mean, then his criminal record also speaks for itself. And Ms. Double says because it will incriminate them. That's possible. That's possible. More beer. I probably won't even be on here in 30 minutes. But I love you. See you soon. You better be here at 6 o'clock. Be here at 6 o'clock. More Bear doesn't need to lose weight, but she might want to get toned. Who knows? Yeah. where we at? We got 10 minutes, y'all. We got about 8 to 10 minutes. So I'm gonna play a little bit more of this content. Um, and then I guess, some closing statements.
United States. So you can go to various countries, you can go to various cities, you can go to various states, and people will take you in. They will recognize you because of your affiliation. So throughout my life, I never had a reason not to trust nobody. And that is, now my viewpoint may change as I go through this process, but that is the reason why I felt like I did the things I did, because I never thought that there would be a reason that anybody's motive would be sinister. And that's where I'm at with it. And I know I was going for a minute, and like I don't want to.
That's
I don't want
okay.
to.
Y'all have free range to get it all out as much as you can. I know a lot of people want to know from the both of you, like, kind of like, what was the final straw? Was there a specific incident that really was a turning point for each of you? What was it?
Man, you want to go ahead and get?
Yeah,
Because I was going. I was going.
yeah, I was. Yeah, let me talk about that. You said the last straw, like the final straw, right?
Was it when you decided enough was enough?
Enough was enough. I mean, like I also said in that live, man, there's so many red flags, I took those under, I suppressed my real feelings about. Final straw for me, okay, that had to be final straw for me is reality check. Aaron left. Aaron was gone, and it's crazy because he called me every single day. We talked to each other every single day, and for about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, and then all of a sudden I get a call one day, and I had just talked to him maybe like 2 days before that, but something was off, and they called me. One of the ladies called me, and Nature Boy was on the phone as well, and he was like, have you seen True? And I was like, no. And they say he disappeared. He's gone. And when I heard that, it was a complete shock to me, because we were just talking. Everything was cool. Everything was fine. I mean, I definitely didn't suspect that was about to happen. So, at that point, I was just like, what? I sat on the phone with them for like about an hour and stuff, as as we talked about, what we need to do now, because True went off with the check, what do we need to do now? Okay, well, we need to proclaim the kingdom, because cosmic currency, was the conclusion. So I agreed, at that time. I agreed at that point in time, and I was like, well, yeah, we do need to, cosmic currency, because I guess, what else are we gonna do? Me, I'm taken care of, what I'm saying, where I was at. But they didn't know that, they didn't know that, but they were more concerned with their, their living situations and things like that. So they were concerned about how they're gonna pay these bills, how are they gonna, do these things. And so when they told me that True was gone, it was like, for me, I'm in shock, because where is he at? And for them, it's more of like, well, we need to figure out how we gonna pay these bills, and I didn't catch it in that moment. But when I got off the phone, I kind of sat with that, and I remember just being so angry, like, where the fuck is Aaron at? Like, what? And I remember talking to my mom, and I told her what happened, and she was like, he probably just felt like he needed to go. And I said, but what about me? What about Ja? Like, what do you mean he had to go? Like, where's he at? He didn't even tell us. He didn't even call us. He didn't even let us know. Nothing. Like, and she was like, well, remember when you left here? She was like, didn't you feel like you had to go? It didn't matter what, you did feel like you had to go when you left home, 5 years ago? And when she said that, I immediately try to defend myself, and I was just like, that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing, because I didn't have no attachments. I didn't have no child or anything, or no, you know. And she was just like, well, you know, maybe he felt like, you know, that's what he needed to do. And when she left the room after saying that, I just had to sit with myself in what she said. And I realized, I was like, damn, bro, like, that's what he felt like he needed to do, you know. And even though he didn't tell me, you know, I was faced with, you know, with myself at that point, like, well, what do you want? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you need to figure that out, you know, right now, because obviously, you know, at any point in time, anybody could leave you, you know, anybody could say, you know, anything. Like, they could just say, like, not no more, you know, none of us, you know, not me and you no more, not our family no more, you know, and just walk away. I felt like I had been, like, abandoned, you know, and I felt like, you know, it was a possibility that I could never hear from him again. You know, days were rolling by, you know, I was texting every, you know, the WhatsApp, the number, everything. I was emailing it. I was just trying to figure out, are you okay? You know, are you safe? Are you good? I started having thoughts of maybe they did something to him. Maybe he got hurt. Maybe he's dead. I mean, he was sleeping in the car. I didn't know where he was at. I'm like, I just thought I had to come to terms with this idea that he could be gone forever. Like, he could have died. Like, basically, I had to come to terms with, like, he's probably gone. Like, he's probably gone, and I have to, like, the father of my child is probably gone, bro. Like, I just thought, like, maybe he's gone. And then I just, like, you know, it took me a minute. You know, I tried, like, y'all probably saw, like, I tried to proclaim the kingdom. I tried to, you know,
That was Kendra sharing her experience, her thoughts, and when asked about the question, what was the last straw? Remember, you guys, as we close out today, that these are human beings. I have a video. I'll post it up. I have like a little message to everyone. These are human beings who experienced a very traumatic experience, had a very traumatic experience. So be kind, be kind to them, and remember, this is a platform where we look inward as well as outward, where we apply those things that we see outwardly. We apply them internally. We apply them to our own lives. How can we be better? Um, so be kind to yourself. Be kind to the people who may be trying. Be kind to yourself if you are trying. And until next time, have a wonderful day. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share this video with as many people as you possibly can. Peace.